Hai Dir, kita hari ini ngobrolin apa ya?
Kita hari ini ngobrolin tentang self-reflection. Yay!
Hi everyone, welcome back to Pada Ngobrol. It's been a little while since we had a chat, so it's nice to be back. Dan ini juga balik setelah sekian lama, karena in the previous episode gue nggak ada. And so today's episode is very special since it's part of our second Perjalanan Pemuda series with the theme of personal growth, where we'll discuss topics related to personal growth within ourselves, our environment, as well as our relationship with other people.
Karena topiknya hari ini itu tentang self-reflection, gue mau nanya dulu, Ica, apa kabar?
Aku baik-baik aja, tapi ya gitu lah. Lagi sibuk, tapi masih bisa memanage. How are you? Kalau lo gimana?
Good. I can be better, tapi we're at this point right now, agak stres sama sekolah, but that's fine. Itu ya wajar lah, gitu. Tapi I'm actually very excited karena this month bakal ada a lot of activities for me.
Yes, and another thing to be excited about itu hari ini di podcast ini tuh selain kita bakal ngomongin topik yang seru, kita juga kedatangan special guest dan kita kedatangan two member of Pada Pemuda. Welcome to Pada Ngobrol, Andika and Laras.
Welcome.
Hai. Sebelum kita mulai ke diskusi, boleh dong kenalan sedikit.
Hi everyone, gue Andika. I am part of the content writer team in Pada Pemuda, and I am very stoked to be here to talk about whatever topics we're talking about today. Who are you, Laras?
I'm good, thank you. Andika, how are you?
I'm really good. I've been doing some self-reflecting. Have you, Laras?
I have not, tapi I will, I think. Hi everyone, I'm Laras. Gue ada dari PR of the Pada Pemuda team.
Okay, so to start off, kita langsung mulai aja with our first segment. So we're gonna just like familiarize ourselves with what self-reflecting is. So I want to ask you guys, to you personally, self-reflection and self-reflecting itu apa?
Kalau menurut gue sendiri, I think self-reflection itu it's like a chance to like cleanse yourself, take a break for yourself, and like a moment to check on yourself, like mentally, physically, or just the things you've been through over the past few days, or just apa yang lagi terjadi saat itu.
Yeah, I definitely do agree with Laras also. I think the topic of self-reflection udah dijelasin in the name itself, which is to reflect on yourself, you know? Basically just take the time for yourself and reintroduce yourself and who do you want to be right now and who do you want to be in the future, and also acknowledging who you were in the past. I think, do you guys agree with that?
Yes. Agree.
So deep.
Yes. I think the general idea of self-reflection, kita semua maksudnya mirip-mirip lah ya. Mungkin yang bikin beda banget tentang self-reflection tuh the methods that we chose, that we use untuk actually ngelakuin self-reflection tuh. Kalau menurut Indira gimana Indira? Kalau dari
aku, self-reflection buat aku?
Iya.
Gimana ya, self-reflection buat aku tuh kayak Laras, I think it's like sort of a way to cleanse myself. Tapi I usually kayak self-reflect only when like a significant event happens. Karena I don't do it like all the time. It's not like I do it once a week gitu. Aku emang kalau misalnya ada something happen, aku kayak okay, let's sort of rewind and figure it out gitu sih. And I sort of, the most important thing for me untuk self-reflection itu kayak untuk acknowledge how I feel and my emotions at that moment gitu. So I think that's what self-reflection is to me.
I see. Okay. Nah, tadi kan kita udah ngomongin lebih ke definisinya ya self-reflection. Nah, kita juga mau tahu nih, gue sama Indira mau tahu kalau Lara sama Andika tuh pengalamannya with self-reflections tuh kayak gimana?
I think for everyone during the pandemic, everybody just started like self-reflecting on themselves, definitely, because they had to spend time with their own for like such a long time. And I think it forced all of us to kind of reflect on who we were in the past, because I think once we kind of like got out of the social zone that we have to get in every single day, we're now suddenly like alone in the mirror being like, okay, who am I and what do I want to do? Like in high school, I was kind of bad. Not bad. I wasn't a good person, I guess. I did some mistakes to some people that didn't deserve it and stuff like that. And I had to self-reflect to figure out like what did I do and like what did I gain from it, because in high school I heard someone that I like really adore and love deeply, and I confront I confronted them about it. I was like, "Hey, what did I exactly do?" Because I still don't know. And she said, "Oh, you need to figure that out on your own." And for me, those words really stuck up by me like until now. I think I will bring those words forever, because now, ever since that happened, I kind of have to reflect on every single thing I do and kind of like analyze my feelings and why I do things, because I do not want to hurt people again, especially like unintentionally, because I think that's horrible, a horrible thing to do. And then I started self-reflecting on who I was, and I thought, I finally now realized after self-reflecting that those horrible things that I did in the past, I can't really erase. And now I have to stick with it and learn from it and just be a better person. And self-reflecting has given that opportunity for me to do that, you know?
That's very true. Aku juga, just to add a bit, I sort of have a similar experience. Jadi in middle school, I think, karena kan waktu COVID mulai itu, I was still in middle school. Tapi in middle school, I used to be so mean to everyone, and like orang-orang tuh ngeliat aku tuh kayak galak gitu. Terus the pandemic sort of happened, and then I kayak had time for myself. Terus aku juga kayak friend groupnya kan ganti-ganti, terus habis itu apa segala macam, there's like lots of changes going on at the same time, and so I also sort of like, was I too, kayak gue mikir kayak, was I too mean back then? And so I just asked other people, kayak Ica, aku pernah nanya Ica, terus aku nanya a couple other of my close friends, gue kayak, gue tuh dulu galak banget ya, and they were like, yep. And I was like, oh no, gitu, and I really really regretted that. Tapi terus ya, I went through a process of self-reflection di mana I was like, okay, how do I fix this gitu, and like what did I do wrong? So I kayak reality check aja sih, kayak aku took control of my temper, and I sort of made it up to everyone else by being a lot nicer to them now gitu, and just being myself, because aku udah tumbuh dari self-reflection gitu.
Mulai-mulai self-reflection itu pastinya karena awalnya kita kayak sendiri, kesepian di awal pandemic and stuff, dan itu kayak, well, we don't really have any other people gitu yang bisa ada di sana untuk kita, apalagi mereka semua punya masalah-masalah sendiri dan kayak their own fear to think about gitu. Jadi kita nggak bisa like truly depend on them karena we only have ourselves. Kadang tuh tadi Andika sempat bilang juga, kayak misalnya temennya bilang, you need to think about that by yourself gitu, you need to find the answer by yourself. Tapi kadang kita tuh, we just only want the answer, kayak
Yes.
tapi bukan dari diri kita sendiri, kayak we need other people to point that out for us, supaya kita kayak bisa kayak, oh gue salahnya ini, ya udah gue berubah dari perkataan orang itu. Tapi hal yang aslinya lebih susah adalah figuring out ourselves by ourselves, dan sampai I think itu jadi hal yang bisa beneran bikin kita berubah, gara-gara kita jadi semakin nyari tentang apa yang we did wrong, apa yang kita bisa lebih kembangin lagi dari diri kita. And I think honestly the best part and also the worst part about like self-reflecting and try to see who we are for ourselves without other people is the learning part. Karena di learning part itu kita beneran kayak belajar jatuh bangunnya and like what we can do to fix it. Dan Iya sih, kayaknya kalau for me pengalaman gue kayak gitu.
Totally.
That's really nice. Gue setuju banget tadi yang tadi Lara sudah sampaikan. Mungkin kalau gue sedikit berbeda. I mean, pastinya sekarang how I self-reflect itu beda sama dulu pas SMP. Karena sekarang juga pandemi kan. Jadi kita semua pada terisolasi sendiri-sendiri. Cuman kalau gue tuh karena gue suka dengar curhatan orang dari pas SMP dan orangnya overthinking, reflection itu sesuatu yang gue lakuin unconsciously dan sering. Jadi kalau misalnya lagi bosen, terus ngeliatin situasi, itu gue kayak berdiskusi dalam hati, kayak ini kenapa lagi kayak gini. Tapi kayak nggak tahu, itu udah kebiasaan gitu. Mungkin kalau self reflection yang lebih kayak in a deeper level, itu emang maksudnya nggak sesering itu.
I definitely think it's important to keep yourself humble. The way I self-reflect is through my own eyes, through my own opinions and stuff like that, you know. I think sometimes everyone just needs a slap in their face sometimes. Like I definitely deserved a slap in my face by my friends at that time. And I feel like if they did slap me earlier, it would definitely humble me a lot quicker, and I wouldn't need to take time to kind of figure out what's going on gitu loh. Jadi I think it's super important to self-reflect, but I also think it's super important for everybody to point out every kalau lo salah ya lo ngomong gitu loh. And the most important part about self-reflecting is so that you can grow from it, and you can't really grow from something that you don't really know, do you? So, just to keep yourself humble and just sit down, like don't do all of that. Just sit down sometimes. I think everybody just needs somebody to say that you should sit down sometimes, don't you think?
I agree completely. Karena waktu yang my experience yang tadi aku cerita itu kayak not a lot of people pointed out that kayak you're like mean gitu loh. Not a lot of people say that. Jadi I realized it way too late. I mean sometimes you really just need to look at it from other people's point of view. Tapi kadang-kadang you forget to do that gitu loh. So I think it's good to be honest to other people. In order for them to like actually change and self-reflect gitu. So I think that's like a very crucial part juga.
Bener. Ini soalnya dulu tuh sebenarnya Indira tuh bukannya yang kayak galak, cuman dia tuh lebih forward. Sedangkan orang lain tuh yang kayak nggak forward tapi ngomongin di belakang gitu loh. Jadi kayak nggak guna juga.
When do we self-reflect? And I think it's very important that we know kayak waktunya, kayak ketukannya gitu, kita kapan self-reflect after something gitu. And like, do you guys have a certain pattern on when do you guys have a certain time where you self-reflect?
Gue ada kayak kegiatan gitu, jadi after school itu ada kayak like 10 minutes untuk lu reflect gitu. Tapi I don't usually like do it langsung gitu, kayak gue juga males gitu. Dan kayak sometimes lu juga ya kalau lu reflect mulu lu jadi kayak abis juga kan apa yang pengen gue omongin, masa gue omongin mulu gitu. Jadi I personally think you can do it whenever you want and whenever you feel like you need it gitu. Dan juga ini before you make a decision sih, karena kayak lu kadang harus kayak berhenti dulu untuk ngeliat situasinya, kondisinya sebelum lu membuat keputusan supaya itu bukan sesuatu yang impulsif dan sesuatu yang amit-amit di kedepannya bakal merugikan orang.
Yeah, but I think it's also healthy to kind of not obsess too much over it, because if you self-reflect too much, like every single day, it might kind of ruin your self-esteem and make you kind of anxious and put things in your head that shouldn't really be there. I think like how Indira self-reflects, which is right after like a major event. But I also think it's important to kind of check up on yourself time to time, but I don't think you should do it like every day and every week. And I think everybody needs to have a moment where they can just be alone and reflect, because I don't think not enough people have a moment like that, you know?
Setuju. Karena gue ngerasa sendiri kayak, maksudnya kan I do it unconsciously, kayak gue nggak minta untuk itu terjadi, tapi terjadi. Dan sometimes it can be overwhelming gitu. Jadi ada orang yang emang butuh belajar untuk self reflect, ada juga orang yang belajar untuk tone it down gitu loh kayak. Dan
Mhm.
mungkin malah takutnya berujungnya bukan self reflect lagi, lebih ke overthinking.
Yeah.
Just know your place and time. Maksudnya kalian yang paling ngerti sama diri kalian sendiri, apa yang kalian butuhin. Kalau emang kalian merasa butuh dan emang dari eksternal orang-orang di sekeliling kalian bilang ada sesuatu lah, ada masalah atau ada something gitu, ya if you need it then do it gitu.
Nih, ini segmen terakhir, tapi we have a couple questions right now. Okay, so we sort of want to ask you guys about tips and tricks and maybe some advice tentang self-reflection gitu ya. So I think you can like answer it objectively. Tapi how do you self-reflect? How do you correctly self-reflect gitu menurut Lara sama Andika?
Okay, so when it comes to how to self-reflect, maybe I can tell kayak gimana I do it. The way I do it is I lay on my bed, I turn off my phone, like everything, biar gue kayak nggak distracted. Sometimes I lock my door biar kayak nggak ada yang masuk atau apa gitu. And I just talk to myself. Karena usually I do like to talk to myself, but it's not with the intention to self-reflect. But it always ends up there anyway. Jadi kayak I kind of like mulai dengan kayak ngomong kayak I think phones are stupid, tiba-tiba kayak I hate my life, kan bisa kayak gitu, and it's also kind of fun to just check in on yourself and kind of like just kind of look stupid on your bed alone speaking, karena gue ngomongnya kayak outwardly, kayak beneran ngomong like as if another person is in the room but it's only me, and it's kind of freeing sometimes, karena it's like a diary but like no one ever can hear it or read it. Jadi yeah, I just stay on my bed alone and it always kind of just happens naturally, I think. Which is why it's very much important to be alone. I think that's the most important tip to self-reflect, is to be alone sometimes and just talk to yourself, I think. You can look in the mirror, you can lay in your bed, you can do it in a diary, or you can make a podcast with your friends and talk about it,
Wow,
Right?
so witty. Benar, aku like to sort of add to what Andika said, I do exactly the thing you do, karena aku juga kalau lagi self-reflect, are we the same person? Kalau misalnya, I'm pretty sure, yes.
Dan berdua suka dipanggil galak juga, jadi kayak I get it.
Benar. Wow, Andika. Oke, kalau aku self-reflect tuh kayak bukan ngomong sendiri, lebih kayak ngomong ke orang lain gitu loh. Jadi, I do this thing where like, I think people call it dissociating, tapi sometimes I see myself from someone else's point of view gitu, like in my room. Kayak misalnya from that corner, I can see myself on my bed gitu. I don't know how I do that, tapi I just do it. Terus kayak aku pura-pura kayak ngomong sama orang. Kayak therapist gitu.
Yeah.
Tapi the thing about that is sometimes I think kayak what if what kayak they're saying is what I wanna hear. Kan kalau misalnya kayak gitu kan nggak terlalu membantu gitu kan ya. Jadi gue kayak I ask myself multiple questions gitu yang beda-beda to sort of really figure it out from every aspect gitu sih. Kalau Laras gimana?
Kalau gue tuh aslinya gue orang yang overthinking gitu. Jadi kayak whether I want it to be like that or not, gue kayak overthink secara nggak sadar gitu. Penting untuk kayak lebih ke tahu keadaan dan situasi sih, and apa sih yang bisa misalnya diubah atau what can you do in the future gitu. Tapi kayak one thing for sure adalah you can't change what's in the past gitu. Dan lu nggak bisa ngubah orang lain kalau mereka nggak mau diubah ya. Maksudnya you can tell them what's wrong, dan kayak misalnya lu gini-gini dong kayak Indira dulu, I guess. Tapi kayak lu harus tahu kalau you need to know what you can do, bukan apa yang orang lain bisa lakuin gitu. Jadi change the perspective from yourself gitu. Dan juga gue tuh baru banget, kayak gue baru aja kayak seminggu yang lalu download satu app gitu kayak buat nge-track my moods, dan sejujurnya itu ngebantu banget karena kayak ternyata gue ngecek juga beberapa hari yang lalu, gue seneng banget kayak I don't even know why, gue juga nggak terlalu inget kejadian apa aja, tapi knowing your feelings at the moment or at that day really helps sih, karena itu kayak ngebuat lu jadi lebih sadar aja tentang apa yang kita lakuin, and like find little things to be grateful for atau just to think about, tapi bukan buat overthinking gitu sih. Dan juga walaupun kayak ini self reflection, ngomong ke diri sendiri gitu, tapi I really like to talk about it with my friends too, kayak check up on each other juga, karena gimana pun juga you can't really be alone, karena you need other people too. Dan if you're kalau lu punya kesempatan untuk punya temen yang baik sama lo, dan kayak emang mereka bisa ngebantu lo to get out from the like bad phases of your life, itu bisa ngebantu banget sih. Itu.
Setuju. Aku sama lebih mirip sama Lara sih. Pokoknya tipenya yang overthinking, kayak ini kenapa gitu. Tapi one thing yang mungkin siapa tahu bisa membantu yang lagi nonton, kalau lagi overthinking itu just lihat fakta-faktanya apa gitu. Kayak kalau itu sesuatu hal yang nggak ada yang bilang, itu cuma asumsi, ya udah lu nggak usah membenarkan asumsi itu. Karena misalnya lu asumsinya positif, ada juga negatif. Kalau asumsinya negatif juga ada positif. Jadi yang paling penting itu keadaan lo di mana lo sekarang berada dan apa yang lo rasain sekarang gitu. Jadi fokus ke right now aja kondisi lo gitu. Dan hal yang gue nggak tahu kalau Andika atau Ras juga ngelakuin, tapi one thing that I know that I do similarly to Indira, itu tuh sama-sama kita orangnya kan ekspresif, kita suka arts. Jadi selain mungkin Indira nggak tahu kalau painting atau enggak, cuman kita sama-sama suka nulis ya kan,
Gue juga kayak gitu, tapi kayak beda karena gue nggak suka nulis. I don't really like to write karena kayak capek. Jadi gue kayak suka buka camera in my laptop or my phone, terus kayak nge-record aja gue lagi nangis atau gue lagi kayak pengen just pour it all out gitu. Gue kayak cerita ke diriku sendiri, terus kayak beberapa bulan kemudian gue lihat lagi, gue ngetawain diri gue, tapi it's all for the better.
Terus I think ketika lo ketawa, kayak ngetawain you in your past, that means you've grown, right? Jadi kayak you've kind of moved on gitu. When it comes to self-reflecting, I still think you should do it alone though. Karena kayak, well, bisa sih sama friends, tapi definitely with only the right people, I guess. Karena gue paling capek kalau misalnya ngomong sama orang kayak, oh yeah, I don't like myself, I hate myself, bla bla bla. Terus mereka cuma jawabnya kayak, semangat gitu. I don't like that. Jadi I like to do it alone in the mirror or like on my bed gitu, like, you know, because it's draining sometimes.
Surround yourself with the right people sih, when like in the right moment juga. Jadi tergantung situasi aja. Okay, another question itu kayak kan gimana ya? I guess not a lot of people.
Gue dulu kalau misalnya untuk orang lain yang kayak lagi self-reflecting atau malah kayak they don't know how to, kita bisa kayak jadi teman cerita, karena kan kita sini pasti udah ngerti dong yang kita bisa provide for them, dan kita bisa nanya mereka like, lu mau kita bantu ngapain, mau didengerin kah, mau minta solusi atau masukan gitu. Tapi kayaknya kalau dari gue tuh kita nggak bisa memaksakan orang lain untuk benar-benar self-reflect kalau mereka nggak mau.
I hate having to like say this again, tapi kayak be alone. Just be alone sometimes because you need it. Karena kayak, especially a lot of you extroverts out there, go home, be alone, you know, TikTok, you need to talk to yourself and shit like that. Karena kayak, you know, just to humble yourself a little bit, you know. How about Laras?
Kalau gue, I think for myself dan apa yang gue bisa kasih ke orang itu, mungkin first of all, it's really okay to open up to yourself, at least like owning up to your feelings and validating your feelings, supaya you know that it's okay to like tell about your problems to yourself gitu. Kayak nggak ada panduan khusus untuk apa sih yang harus kita lakuin. Jadi you really like have the freedom to do it all gitu. Dan kayak lu boleh aja nge-rant all you want, like give it your all juga nggak apa-apa. Dan the point is to grow, like Tapi the point of growing, like it doesn't have to be right at that moment. Kadang ada juga luka yang terlalu berat untuk to deal with it saat itu juga. Tapi kalau misalnya perlahan-lahan bisa grow from the problem and grow from what we see, what we perceive of ourselves, kata gue itu bisa menjadi bagian proses yang lumayan baik sih. Karena kan kadang kalau misalnya gue juga ngeliat ke masa lalu gue gitu, kayak misalnya dulu gue pernah nyakitin orang dan gue sekarang tahu kalau itu salah, gue untuk mengakui hal itu sendiri pun itu rasanya berat karena kayak gila dulu gue pernah ngelakuin ini ke orang, gue jahat banget gitu. Pastinya butuh waktu dan butuh proses, jadi just take your time.
I also definitely think kayak kalau lo punya inisiatif untuk self-reflecting, that's already like a good start. You know, that's a step forward. I think it's a positive move. And I think just thinking about what you've done in the past is already kind of enough. All you have to do now is just grow from it and, you know, learn from your mistakes, right? Right?
Yes. Nah,
True. Completely.
sebelum lanjut, gue boleh tambahin sedikit kan?
Boleh, go ahead.
Kan dari tadi tuh kita ngomong self-reflection dan sebagai sesuatu hal yang kita lakuin setelah kita ngebuat kesalahan. Tapi kadang-kadang juga bisa sebaliknya loh. Kita yang merasa disakiti atau kayak yang kena dampak dari whatever happens with your friends or lingkungan lo saat itu. And I feel like it's easier for us to memaafkan orang lain, kayak oh ya udah deh nggak apa-apa, maklumin aja, mungkin dia lagi bad mood jadi lebih emosional ke gue, kayak gue nggak usah diambil ke hati, nggak usah overthinking gitu. Padahal kadang-kadang juga kita harus lebih belajar dan membiasakan untuk memaafkan diri kita sendiri, kayak just like saying sorry to yourself. Misalnya lo bilang ih kok gue makin misalnya jerawatan, atau gue kok sekarang makin malas gitu, ya udah lu maafin tapi lu coba untuk menjadi versi lo yang lebih baik.
Ya tadi waktu Ica bilang kayak apa tadi lu bilang di awal-awal kayak kalau lu rasa tersakiti sama orang lain itu, it made me also think kayak self-reflection also works that way, kayak not only when you've done something wrong, tapi when someone has hurt you, you can also self-reflect. And kayak balik lagi tadi, kayak try to sift through your emotions and see how you feel about it and like kenapa lu merasa kayak begini gitu. Tapi ini bukan overthinking gitu, kayak it's more like emang re-evaluating aja.
And I also think you can self-reflect when it comes to things that you've done right, kayak the positive things and your accomplishments.
True.
I think kadang orang-orang lupa kayak oh I actually like I'm a good friend, I listen to people, my grades are good, my skin is great, I'm nice. Not a lot of people kayak have those moments where they acknowledge the fact that they're kayak okay gitu. And I think, you know, it's very much important to kind of boost yourself up sometimes. Karena self-reflecting doesn't always have to mean kayak you don't like yourself and you have to fix everything. No, it can also mean that like, oh, I'm kind of okay, I'm kind of good, you know. Tapi it's also important to not get too confident with yourself, which is a topic that I'm going to talk about in the next topic, which is self-confidence. Stay tuned for Perjalanan Pemuda, persiapan for self. Yes.
Personal growth.
Wow, amazing. Oh sama, gue tuh juga punya kayak my own Twitter account yang kayak khusus buat gue doang, yang ngebicarain tentang kayak hal-hal baik yang pernah gue lakuin sama hal-hal buruk yang pernah gue lakuin. Dan kayak good things that happen to me, kayak my achievements dan lain-lain, kayak gue masukin ke situ supaya kayak looking back gue bisa ngeliat kalau I did that gitu. Kayak salah satunya adalah gue masuk pada pemuda, gue kayak taruh di situ. Kayak I'm proud.
Oh, so cute.
Really cute.
Oh, aku ada salah satu question lagi.
Oh boleh.
How has like self-reflecting affected your growth as a person? Deep,
For me,
right in the heart.
yeah, ever since the thing with my friends happened in high school, since self-reflecting, I actually now I am actually like, it's easier for me to make new friends and talk to those friends. Jadi kayak growing and learning from my mistakes in the past kind of enabled me to be kayak the best person that I can be currently gitu. Jadi kayak I really am happy that I did a lot of self-reflecting because now I opened the doors of like so many new opportunities and new ways to think about life and stuff like that, you know. And even the entirety of this podcast recording, I'm self-reflecting because all I'm doing is looking at my camera and I look really good right now. Jadi it's really important to, you know, do that. How about you, Laras?
Nice. Itu bagus. Aduh, gue terharu dengarnya.
Yeah, I'm like so pretty. I can't believe it.
Yes, you are. Kalau buat gue, I think kalau gue self-reflect, gue jadi tahu kesalahan gue. Jadi dari situ gue bisa belajar tentang apa yang gue lakuin dulu dan jadinya gue bisa menjadi lebih baik gitu ke depannya. Be a better person. Terus gue juga something that is equally important adalah I know my value. Jadi kalau misalnya gue merasa gue disakitin atau gimana-gimana, I know that I'm worth fighting for dari diri gue sendiri gitu. Jadi itu dua hal yang penting dan itu ngebuat gue jadi I think a better rounded human being, and it's not gonna stop me from learning dari kejadian-kejadian yang akan ada di masa depan. Jadi kata gue owning up your mistakes and knowing your worth itu nggak akan ngebuat lu jadi kayak oke, ini batasnya sampai sini, karena bakal ada kayak perjalanan lanjutan yang bakal semakin berlika-liku, tapi dari situ pasti kita bakal belajar.
It's definitely a part of perjalanan pemuda to self-development, don't you think? And it's also important to, from self-reflecting, you can also recognize red flags, a topic that Pada Pemuda has talked about before. Stay tuned. I don't know if we're going to talk about it again, but
Dika mau ikut tim PR mungkin ganti divisi. Laras lagi di sini loh. So smart. Kalau aku sih gimana ya? I think it's affected my personality and my view on life more. Kayak aku jadi much more of an observant person. I pay attention to the little details on like every action that I do. It's not like kayak in a bad way, lebih kayak I'm careful about it gitu. Terus habis itu aku jadi much more open-minded, terus kayak more down to earth gitu sih. Everything for the better. Yay!
Yes. Ya, kurang lebih sama yang lain. Ini udah yang terakhir nih pertanyaannya. Akhir ada pesan penutup?
Yeah, maybe to the viewers and listeners on Spotify right now, don't forget that it's really, really important to kind of stay tuned to Perjalanan Pemuda, persiapan to self-development. It's very important. And also, Icha?
Yes?
Go ahead.
Okay.
Bentar, Andi kan judulnya salah tahu, bukan self-development, it's personal growth.
Whatever
Gue
that
malu
means.
banget sih.
Oke, kalau mungkin dari Laras, buat orang-orang yang lagi di proses refleksi diri, ada nggak pesannya?
I think you have to know that you're growing at your own speed. Jadi nggak usah ikutin yang lain untuk try to find yourself. Tapi just knowing it's a it's a long life journey ahead. Jadi lifelong journey ahead.
Yes, benar. Kalau dari Indira?
Dari aku juga mungkin more or less the same as Laras. Take your time with whatever you're going through and how you're trying to process it. Do it at your own speed because you know yourself the best gitu sih.
Yes, makasih untuk pesan-pesannya. Ya pokoknya just do it with your own ways, your own pace tadi yang Laras bilang. Tapi sebelum kita benar-benar ngeakhirin today's podcast, I wanna give a huge thanks for our special guests, Andika dan Laras, for being in this episode. Terus buat kalian kalau ada pertanyaan for pada ngobrol or any ideas of topic to be discussed or who you would like us to feature in this podcast, you can DM our IG account at Pada Pemuda or leave a comment below the YouTube, and we will be actively updating as well. So don't forget to give Pada Pemuda a follow. Terus kalau kalian mau follow our member, nanti gue taruh IG kita satu-satu, our first account, bisa di follow. Oke.
Anyways, thank you guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. See you guys in the next episode and look forward to the rest of Perdana Pemuda Volume 2 Personal Growth. Thank you everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Makan martabak telur ada kenyal-kenyalnya, masa bukan cumi?
Bisa jadi.
Lime.
It's not a vegetable.
Lu makan apa?
Martabak telur, Laras.
Aneh banget.
Mungkin tukang martabak gue nggak benar ya. Laras
Gue
emang
pernah
orang
kena
mana Laras?
food poisoning gara-gara makan spaghetti Pizza Hut. Oh, also gue juga kena food poisoning gara-gara gue makan mie goreng dari sampah. Terus gue masuk rumah sakit.
Lu ngapain makan mie goreng dari sampah?
No, itu dari ibu-ibu kantin gue ngambil gelas mie gorengnya dari sampah, terus dicuci gitu. Terus kayak gue makan di situ kan. Soalnya pas itu ibu-ibu kantinnya suka sepi. Gue kasih yang kayak gue beli aja nih di sini. Ternyata sepi gara-gara dia suka gitu. Then I went to the hospital for like a week.
Well, kita tahu kenapa dia sepi sih berarti.
It's okay. Okay, I think we're done.
Oke. Aku izin, aku boleh masukin beberapa yang kita ngomongin tentang makanan di akhir video ya? Podcast ya?
Boleh.
Bloopers, outtakes. Wow, fun.
Fruit ya?
Yeah.
Stoic.
And I like spicy foods. Jadi kayak gue biasa.
Ica juga gila. Ica kayak pedes tolerance-nya insane. Gue waktu itu pernah ya, yang kita waktu di kantin sekolah tuh ada kayak this like fried chicken stall. Terus they have this very very spicy sauce. Terus Ica tuh kayak smeared it all over her chicken. And I forgot that she likes spicy food. Terus aku kayak, "Hai Ica, aku mau minta ya." I ate it and then I cried. Aku langsung nangis kayak sampai netes-netes.